Welcome to Red Vault. In this video, we will compare the sounds of different cabinets in the room. Today we are trying something new for this channel because I never used a setup like this, and in this video to compare these three cabinets I will use a pair of small diaphragm microphones, also a large diaphragm condenser. I know it's not the most scientific way to compare these cabinets, also simply I don't have three identical SM57 or something equivalent. So today I will play the same amplifier with the same settings through three different cabinets, and let me introduce today's cabinets. Our first cabinet is the Mesa Rectifier 4x12, which is an oversized cabinet and it's loaded with UK Mesa Celestion V30s. It's a benchmark for metal guitar sound. And our second cabinet is the ENGL Pro XXL 4x12, which is loaded with Celestion V30s. They are making the speakers of this cabinet in China, but they are not something cheap. They are just different. Also, this is front loaded. You can load the speaker from the front panel, unlike the Mesa Rectifier, which is the rear loaded. To load a speaker you need to remove the backside of the cabinet, which is a pain in the. And our third cabinet is the Marshall 1960 Lead A, but it's not the regular version, it's not the stock version. This thing has two greenbacks, unlike the 4 G12T-75 configuration. So this cabinet will provide two different speaker sounds, and I know the resistance of the cab will be different. Also, there won't be the 4x12 sound of these speakers, but today I just want to represent four different speakers in the room. So in this video we will hear the UK Celestion V30, Celestion V30 and Greenback and T-75. As I just said, it's not the most scientific video on YouTube. I just want to demonstrate some stuff. And today I will play these cabinets with two different amplifiers. The first one is EVH5150 EL34 Stealth 100, and the other one is the Mesa Dual Rectifier Road King 2. I don't have a switcher, so first I will dial up one of these amplifiers with Mesa because I'm really familiar with the characteristics of the Mesa Rectifier cabinet. Also, there won't be quick switches because, as I just said, I don't have a switcher. So you can follow up the video through timestamps. Also, each time I will try to play the same riffs with the same attitude. And now let's start. First of all, I'm not sure about the sound on your end because I'm not familiar with these microphones. Actually, most of the time I'm using these for drum recording. Also, today I'm using a pair of T-Bone SC140, which is a cheap clone of Neumann KM87 or something like it. If you are curious about it, just Google it. And also I have a single studio project B1 condenser, and here's the sound through T-Bones. And here's the sound through Studio Project. Simply, if you are not happy with the sound in general, please don't get mad. It's not about getting the perfect sound. I will just try to demonstrate the differences, so please focus to the increasing and decreasing frequencies. I will keep it as flat as I can be. There won't be any EQ, there won't be any mix. I will just open up a limiter. And now let's play the Mesa because I'm really happy with the sound of this 5150. Also, there's a booster. Also, I'm using my Ave Guitars Red V, Corina Body, Maple Neck, Ebony Fretboard, Seymour Duncan J. Let's go. And here's the Mesa Rectifier 4x12 standard cabinet. There's nothing much to say. It sounds just right. It sounds perfect. And now let's switch back to the ENGL Pro XXL and let's hear it. And that's metal. It's so harsh, it's so aggressive, and I think it has the magic in it. The Mesa feels safe, Mesa feels right, but there is a spirit in this cabinet, at least for me. I think we need to decrease the gain. I will just change the settings for a demonstration and then I will switch back to the first setting. I think we need... because I think the cabinet already adds so much presence and high mids, I think high mids to the sound in general, which makes it quite harsh and brutal. So I think we can decrease the level of the presence and the mids on the amplifier, and with this touch I think we can even get a more punchy sound. And now let's change our settings first and then let's continue with the Marshall. And now we are on the Greenback side of the Marshall cabinet and I'm using the amplifier through 16 ohm unlike the 8 ohm of Mesa and ENGL. it has a different texture, different vibe. It kind of feels like 80s because it doesn't sound that modern. Unlike the Mesa or ENGL, they have a different type of punch. Also, it has a different type of control, and actually I want to play this thing more, but not right now. And now let's continue with the underdog, maybe the worst speaker that Celestion ever made for some of us. Let's continue with the T75s. For the overall sound, I think it's acceptable. I liked it. I liked it. Maybe we need to tweak the resonance knob a little bit. Actually, I was planning to sell the T75s and make this cabinet a Greenback 4x12, but I think I need to consider it again because I'm not sure about the sounds through the microphones. It might not be the best sounding speaker when there's a closed up microphone, closed up SM57, but I enjoyed the sound in the room. I think the low end is nice if we can ignore a little bit of muddiness. I really like the sound in general. I can't explain it, you know. I'm the most mediocre guitar enthusiast on YouTube. And now let's switch back to the Mesa Rectifier Road King 2 and let's dial this thing first with a Mesa Rectifier cabinet and then play the same amplifier through the different cabs again. Now we are on the Road King 2 and we are on the 4th channel of this thing. Also every one of the power tubes are active. Let me check it again. And now we have 4 6L6s and 2 EL34s as power tubes. Now let's continue. a Mesa King 2 with a Mesa Rectifier 4x12 cabinet. It sounds perfect. It sounds perfect in the room. Still, I'm not sure about the sound on the microphones. They are not the proper microphones for this type of purpose. Also, okay, I think it's fine. It's fine. And now let's switch back to the ENGL Pro XXL 4x12. And now we are on the ENGL. Also, the cable was short because of it. It just shifted a little bit, but I think it won't change the sound. It's something different. It might be the best cabinet ever for me. The Mesa Rectifier cabinet sounds just right, just perfect, but it has a different vibe, it has a different soul. And now let's hear the Mesa with the Greenbacks. If you are using palm mutes, mostly the Greenbacks might not be the best one for you, but if you like to play open chords, especially with a Mesa, the Greenbacks chimes fantastic. And now let's continue with the T75s. And now, let me share my final thoughts. My first outcome from this comparison, from this demonstration is I think nothing can replicate the feeling of a half stack, feeling of a full stack in a room. I know an expensive digital clone and a flat response monitor sounds just fine. It's easy to handle, it's easy to adjust, it's easy to carry to a gig or to a rehearsal, but nothing can replicate this feeling, this oomph feeling. And because of it, I think every guitar player should be able to have this feeling. I think you need to give it a go at some point if you never experienced this feeling. About the speakers, I think the Mesa sounds just fine, but we are familiar with the sound of a UK Celestion Mesa V30. But for me, the actual winner of this comparison is the T75. If we consider the price, if we consider the availability on the used market, T75s are quite easy to purchase, quite easy to find. But still, I need to warn you, it might sound not that good while there's a close-up microphone. It might not be that pretty for your mixes, for your recordings. But if you just want to enjoy a half steak, it can be a good companion for you. And I saw this stuff on maybe 100 or 200 bucks on Reverb. Also, the material quality is quite nice, and you can upgrade the speakers at some point. Just like me, I'm upgrading mine with Greenbacks, but I think I will keep it as stereo while there's a 2 Greenbacks and 2 T75s. Besides that, I think the ENGL Pro XXL 4x12 is the perfect cabinet for me, you know, for my tuning, for my playing. It sounds live, you know, there's a character in it. It might not be that good for you as well. It might not be that good with a JCM 800 on E standard tuning. It might not be the best cabinet for Guns N' Roses type of sounds or Nirvana type of sounds, which can sound great with a Mesa Rectifier or a Greenback loaded Marshall cabinet. But if you are looking for some brutal and kinda original modern metal tones, the Pro XXL 4x12 might be the best cab for you. So at the end of the day, I'm happy to have all of this stuff, and as you can guess, each of these cabinets have a purpose, and I hope this review will be helpful for your selection. I know it's not that scientific, I just want to have fun, and I just want to record this session. It's a Friday night, it's a midnight, and you will watch this on Sunday. And that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you like the channel, till the next video. See ya.